All right, y'all. We gotta watch this one together. The Terrence Howard was on a PBD podcast. I'm gonna play a quick clip from that in a quick second. Right? He was on the podcast and he was talking about on this clip right here. Diddy trying to come on to him. Get your popcorn, get ready, light it up, do whatever you do, relax because I'm gonna play the video and then stick around and stay tuned for my commentary after about a minute and a half video of Terrence Howard explaining everything on a PBD podcast. Let's roll this.
Design and launch NFTs effortlessly across multiple blockchains. From generating high-quality visuals to enhancing audio, scripting, and minting digital assets, Call AI's advanced tools empower creators of all kinds, developers, designers, artists, and innovators alike. Now available on mobile, Call AI brings everything you need into one seamless platform, giving you the power to create anytime, anywhere.
Click the link at the So the link is at the top line of the description for that particular app. Let's get to Terrence Howard.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some over greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth.
Look, we're watching this together. It's not over yet. It's a little bit left. We're watching this together for the first time. Let's keep it going, man. Hit the thumbs up button real quick. Hit the thumbs up button. Then I'll start it. All right, let's go.
Threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, man card, you need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about that video. How you doing? You all right, buddy? All right. Okay. let's talk about this, right? Because I'm gonna do this backwards real quick because what he said is real. It's that scripture. I forget what man gaineth the whole world but lose his soul in the process. 100% agree. I'll get back to that on the back end, but I guess he picked up the. I mean, look, I was when he said that Diddy came on to him. I was expecting him to say like, "Yo," he either asked me or tried to grab me up, or he's pretty much just insinuating like, all right, he was just staring at me and whatnot. My assistant said he wanted to F me, so he wanted to F me. Now look, Terrence, I'm not going to look, ain't nothing better than vibes. Like people, that's how sometimes people could be speaking a different language. You know, sometimes Spanish people they'll talk around you, you don't understand it, right? But you can pick up on a body language. You know, they calling you a MFer and all this stuff and whatever the case may be. You good, buddy? All right. You know they, but body language always speaks louder than actual words, right? And that's not just Spanish people. Anybody like you can kind of feel it. Like yo, did they say something about me? But anyway, nevertheless, it's crazy. And part of me kind of even questions it, like yo, are you sure, bro? And then I always say, why now? You know, why now? But then again, on the flip side, I salute Terrence Howard because he's a guy we need to get on our podcast for sure because he is a man who's keeping it a buck. He talks about the roles he's not taking. He talks about, just the posture of a man, the way a man's supposed to carry himself. I 100% agree. It is something you should not do as a man. Period. We can go down a list of that. Even if you're in an acting role, in my opinion. Now, if you do it, you do it. That's your legacy you're going to have to live with. You know, but I've heard other stories. That's just people that I know that said Diddy try to come on to guys, and this is like it's not a secret at this point. Like it's pretty well known that he was into guys and girls. I never heard nobody in his camp or him really deny it. He never confirmed it, but he never denied it. We seen the Fabulous clip when he was trying to get with Fab. He said party party. Like if I'm sitting next to a girl, I'm like, you want to come party with me? And she's like, oh, you partied last time. I'm like, nah, you want to come party party? It's like, oh, this nigga's trying to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, if you say it to a dude, it's the same thing. So look, Terrence, if you feel that way, I'm gonna go with it, brother. I am not trying to say you're lying, you're clout chasing. I don't see that in you. That's not what I'm saying. I salute you for saying what you're saying and doing what you're doing because it's the right message that you're putting out there, nonetheless. And then the last part of it, when he talks about the soul part and you can get all this money and all this fame, but what'd you have to do to get it? What did you lose in the process? Did you give up a blood sacrifice? Did you give up your rear end? Did you give up all your morals? Did you give up everything you stand for just to get money and a little bit of fame? Did you lose yourself in the process of obtaining all the wealth? Or are you the same person when you was broke? Now that you're rich. So that's my thoughts. I want to hear what y'all say in the comment section below. The 4 interviews on the PBD podcast. You can find the full interview with all full context of everything. That was just a short clip. Hey, hit the thumbs up button for your boy. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate y'all, man. You already know what it is, man. Peace.